and thank you for having me today.
The question is
for Superintendent of Public Instruction, Mr. John Stephenson.
Border seems a little weak, fellas. Starting to sway a little bit. If I disappear real quick, say a prayer. Somebody said the other day, said, "My gracious, we got the roosters here, and John's the biggest rooster I've ever seen." I looked back at him, I was Brother Babbage. And I said, "But Brother Babbage, don't forget in Proverbs chapter 15, verse 30, it says, bright eyes gladdens the heart, and good news puts fat on the bones." And if that's the case, the Lord has blessed me with an abundance of good news. Because I'm here to tell you, praise the Lord for Democrats. Praise the Lord for Green Sunday. Praise the Lord for Burton Jones. Praise the Lord for Paul Patton. And praise the Lord for Eastern Kentucky, because we know where the Democrats are going to carry this ship. I'm not finished yet. I want my wife to stand up, because a man smart enough to marry her is smart enough to run the school system of the Commonwealth of this country. Now, where I see standing, stand up a second. I want every lady in this audience to stand. Every lady in this audience to stand up. All the ladies. Because I'm going to tell you something, ladies. Us men would not be anywhere, and we know that Burton Jones, Ned Lawson, and every member of this ticket, Paul Patton, everyone, including Francis, we all have married above ourselves. And without the ladies beside us, and we'll do something real special right now, ladies, us men. This is dedicated to the men, to the ladies. As we told you, ladies, that we love you, that we forever you want to get as we told you, ladies, that we love you, little ladies, well, ladies, we're telling you right now. God bless you, and I love you. And you know, we talk about, I tried to warn you, ladies, you did too. We gave you the message, you told it there. Brother Hopkins, we said Luke 6 says, before you try to get the splinter out of your brother's eye, you better get the log out of your own. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Burton is up going, his time is up. Well, on November the 5th, Burton Jones, Paul Patton, and the Democrats are going to go down there to Brother Hopkins, and we're going to say to him, along came Jones. Oh, Hopkins, Jones. Oh, Hopkins, Jones. And before you know what's going to happen to him, he's not even going to be a congressman anymore. Where the nitty-gritty is, where the bluegrass misses the mountains, and we all know that begins down there in Estill County and comes east. We can say one thing, the difference between the Democrats and the Republicans really boils down to this little candle. And you know, every miner in Eastern Kentucky knows the value of a candle. Every miner knows the value of a candle. Well, this candle could be a Republican or it can be a Democrat. But in a Democrat's 1,000 points of light, we don't just hold the candles. Or you see something? We light the candles. And as every miner knows, when the candles go out, life is in danger. No one will stop us, the Democrats, from implementing education reform. No one will stop us, the Democrats, from health care. And no one is going to stop that great lady of Burton Jones, Paul Patton, and the Democratic team from sweeping through Kentucky on November the 5th. Praise the Lord, and thank you.
John to just stand up in front of a crowd. You look like that. It's really just been good. Listen, one of the things that's really been a blessing of me to see is the attitude that Paul Patton and Brereton Jones has had. When Brereton won, he called the ticket together and said, we're going to run a coordinated campaign. We're going to run together. It's really been a remarkable job. The attitude Governor Jones has said.
What so proudly we
Thank you very much, Sarah. Please remain standing. Dr. John Stephenson is going to sing a couple of verses of My Old Kentucky Home.
Yeah! Woo! Woo! Get over here. Yeah! Hey, fellow.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The SPF home in northern Kentucky. Where are you going today? I said, where would any other 400-pound man be on today except Fancy Farm Picnic for the barbecue? I'd like to remind the speakers today, before I sing My Old Kentucky Home, that it says in Luke chapter 6, before you try to get the speck out of your brother's eye, you got to get the log out of your own. But also it says in the good book, Fancy Farm is Fancy Farm, and it is more blessed to give than receive. So give a little. All kidding aside, if we could leave this meeting today, lay things aside, and go back and make history like Dr. Clark says. Make history for Kentuckians. Instead of putting a BlackBerry in every staff hand member, which is a good idea, by the way, put a PDA or laptop computer on every child's desk in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And with that, I sing this song. Oh, the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the children at play, the corn tops ripe, and the meadows are in bloom, and the birds make music all the day. Weep no more, my lady, oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home, far away. Weep no more, my lady, oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home, far away. Now before I sing this last verse, reach over next to you and grab the pulse of the person next door to you. Just grab their pulse. And Governor Fletcher, may I ask a special favor of you? You see, that pulse knew no ethnicity. That pulse knew no religion. That pulse knew no political party. All that pulse knew, it was a child of the Lord. And the greatest message any of us can ever give you is whosoever believeth in the Lord Jesus Christ shall be saved. And that's the whole message of St. Jerome Picnic. Oh, the children roll on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By and by, hard times comes a knocking at the door. Then my old Kentucky home says good night. Now join with me. Weep no more, my lady. Oh, weep no more today.
will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home, far away. God bless you, and let's go our fancy farm! Far away.
Now before I sing this last verse, reach over next to you and grab the pulse of the person next door to you. Just grab their pulse. And Governor Fletcher, may I ask a special favor of you? You see, that pulse knew no ethnicity, that pulse knew no religion, that pulse knew no political party. All that pulse knew, it was a child of the Lord. And the greatest message any of us can ever give you is whosoever believeth in the Lord Jesus Christ shall be saved. And that's the whole message of St. Jerome Picnic. Oh, the children roll on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By and by, hard time comes a knocking at the door. Then my old Kentucky home says good night. Now join with me. Weep no more, my lady. Oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home, far away. God bless you, and let's go fancy farm!
By Miss Brittany Morris from Belmar, Kentucky. Come forward, Brittany.
Oh, say, can you see?
Bishop of the Diocese of Owensboro, spiritual leader of 57,000 Catholics spread out through over 32 counties in western Kentucky. Bishop, would you please come forward?
Welcome the Bishop of the Owensboro Diocese, Father John McRaith, for being here, as well as our priest, Father David Johnson. And also a special welcome to the media. We love the Senator from Callaway, Senator Ken Winters. Please come forward.
Troop of the 132nd Cav Division of the 101st Airborne from Fort Campbell. And I have three gentlemen and their families that are with us today. This unit is scheduled to deploy sometime after September 15th. And I'd like to ask Captain Alejandro Ramirez, First Sergeant Kevin Statham, and Sergeant Anthony McSwain, please come forward.
And the surrounding communities. It is with great pleasure that I present this 2005 Graves County Pioneer Award to a very good friend and wonderful individual, one of Fancy Farm's finest, Mr. John Carrico.
Get out of the way and there won't be a problem.
She's right here. Take it right here.
I would like to welcome all the distinguished ladies and gentlemen on the platform today. We appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. I would also like to welcome the Bishop of the Owensboro Diocese, Father John McRaith, for being here, as well as our priest. My name is Mark Wilson. I'm the co-chairman of the political speaking starting this year. I would like to introduce my dad. He is the honorary chairman of the Fancy Farm Political Speaking event this year. I bet I caught him by surprise. Dad, where are you at? Stand up and please be recognized. I've got a few words words to say to them. Al Jean and Mary Vernon Goatley.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Determination. Aunt Jessie's Magic Ketchup is a 51-page book that includes the magic ketchup recipe, has received media portion of the proceeds going to the Fancy Farm Picnic. So it's my pleasure to introduce Sherry Newsom Purdle.
You know, as Commander-in-Chief of our National Guard, it's a very serious time when we see our nation at war, and we have about 1,500 troops deployed across the globe, our National Guard troops. All in there serving our Commonwealth and serving our nation, fighting the war on terrorism, keeping peace. It's because of folks like that and because of these troops are willing to give the ultimate sacrifice.
We appreciate the opportunity to be here on St. Jerome's Parish grounds and for this exciting Fancy Farm 125th picnic.
It's only through education that our Commonwealth can prosper. It's only through education that this generation can leave a lasting legacy to the next. Every child in Kentucky deserves the best that inspired teachers like these out here can offer. All children have the right to reach their highest potential, the right to excellence in the classroom, the right to go to school and safe and productive. Kentucky Democrats have always fought for that, and we will continue to. We need to give our teachers a raise and pay them for the hard work that they do. We need to spend more money for educational technology and early childhood. Another critical goal for Kentuckians is health care. And it's the Democrats who fixed health care that the government messed up for our teachers at state.
Okay, Bill, where are you? We need Bill with them.
It is so nice to be able to look down at Merg and know that over the years he's called me son, so I'll call him Dad. Thanks, Dad. And it's amazing that of the folks who are here tonight, I think I have the longest history of anybody in this room with Dick Murgatroyd, which astounds me because I know so many of you in this room have known Merg for so many years and have been so close to him, but I go back with Murgatroyd to television in Columbus, Ohio, when he was producing Jerry Razor's Teen Dance Party. It was a show of great social import. And the teenagers would be there. You know, it was this local bandstand in Columbus, Ohio on Channel 4, and Jerry Razor was kind of like Dick Clark in those days. And there was, every summer they would take the show on the road to different community swimming pools around, and my folk group singing folk songs a la Kingston Trio and Peter, Paul, and Mary was featured on that show once at the Worthington Pool, and that's where I met Dick Murgatroyd.
And a Japanese proverb says, when the character of a man is not clear to you, look at his friends. Today, I look around and I see who is here. You are my friends, and you know how important it is to stand by your friend. This is my friend and will be for a lifetime. Whether you have known him for a lifetime, a couple of years, or just met the man, you know the character of this man. You are his friends, and I am his friend. And whether you call him Mr. Murgatroyd, Dick, Murgy, or Merg, you understand the value of friendship and the meaning of the word gentleman. William Faulkner said, a gentleman can live through anything. My friend Dick Murgatroyd is a gentleman, and I believe in him and know he can live through anything. With the help and support of his friends, Dick Murgatroyd will succeed, and as I said earlier, he is the best man I could think of for the job. Dick Murgatroyd, may God continue to bless you, and thank you for what you've done for this town.
Merg is not only committed to all of us as a family, he's also committed to the big man upstairs. While he was living with our family, Merg made the decision to become a member of the Catholic Church. During and after, his commitment level was only the best. His involvement in the church was always one that people felt privileged because of his Christ-like behavior that he always exhibited and exhibits. It has been and is my privilege to have Dick Murgatroyd as a part of my family's life. We were really blessed when the dear Lord put Merg in our life. And from the Burger family, Merg, we'd like for you to know, we love you, and we are here for you no matter what. Thank you.
And, we also worked in radio together, and I found that she not only was a talented singer, but very, very quick on the uptake. A great wit, a great friend. Please welcome to the stage, Mary Ellen Tanner.
very intricately involved in his faith. He's always had Almighty God, regardless of where he was in life, number one. Family, number two. And friends, number three. You know, people that know me know that I talk about Almighty God, family, friends, and academics and things like that, and sports thereafter. He has befriended so many. I don't think I could think of any one person that has so many friends from so many areas as Merck has. And I think that's extremely special. They say out there in this world that, you know, it takes talent to get you to the top, but it takes character to keep you there. I think with the kind of character that Merck has, he and us, we will see this through. Also, they talk about reputation and character. And a long time ago, I remember reading from Johnny Wooden and hearing him speak, that we need to be more concerned about our character than our reputation. Because our character is what we really are, whereas our reputation is simply what other people might think or say about us. And we know the sterling character of Murphy. Another thing, you know, in life, certainly, I don't care whether you are a president of a university or a superintendent of a school district or a head coach in a major sport, there's always people sometimes that are going to try to bring you down. And there's an old saying that, you know, if you hang around the Vatican long enough, you'll indict the Pope. And I feel this way about Bernie. They finally found a way to try to get into a guy, a man who has done so much for so many, who is simply doing a little bit of something that everybody that ever functioned in the political realm ever did, in many ways in life ever did. But again, you know, in conclusion, I think it's wonderful the fact that so many of us have made the sacrifice to be here tonight, that so many of us know down deep within our hearts that Merg is a wonderful person, a wonderful Christian, a solid politician who has done so much for so many organizations out there. He talked about there's so many places he's done so much for. And I just think that's wonderful. And by goodness, we're going to see it through, Merg. We're going to win it.
Charlie, would you please welcome to the stage who's going to sing for you from right over there, Miss Nancy James.
This is for you, Marion. Where are you, darling? Because you sang it first and you sang it best. Father had a business, strictly second-hand, everything from toothpicks to a red grand. Stuff in our apartment, it came from Father's store, even clothes I'm wearing, someone wore before. Hello, it's no wonder that I feel abused. that ain't been used. I'm wearing a second-hand hat, second-hand clothes. That's as far as I go. That's why they call me second-hand rose. Even now a piano in the parlor, a daddy bought for 10 cents on the dollar. The second-hand clothes I'm wearing, the second-hand clothes. I never get a single thing that's new. Even Jim the plumber, he's a man I adore. He had the nerve to tell me he's been married before. Everyone knows that I'm just second-hand rose from Second Avenue. Second-hand shoes. I'm wearing second-hand hose. And that's why they call me second-hand rose. Even my pajamas, when I'm done, have somebody else's initials on them. Second-hand bling. I'm so tired of that second-hand things. I never get one single thing that's new. Once while walking through the drawbridge inn, a girl got my goat. She had the nerve to tell me, hey, that's my old fur coat. Everyone knows that I'm just second-hand rose from Second Avenue. From Second Avenue.
Our next contestant's a little girl from
I feel a sudden urge to sing, the kind of dizzy that invokes the spring. So control your desire to curse while I crucify this verse. This verse I've started seems to me the tin antithesis of the melody. So to spare you all the pain, I'll skip the darn thing and sing the refrain. The night is young, the skies are clear. If you want to go walking, dear, it's delightful, it's delicious, it's lovely. I understand the reason why you're sentimental, 'cause so am I. It's delightful, it's delicious, it's lovely. You can tell at a glance what a swell that this is for romantic in. Here, dear Mother Nature, murmuring low. Let yourself go, so please be sweet, my chicken. When I wish you just wait to me. It's delightful, delicious, it's delectable, it's delirious, it's dilemma, it's delicious, it's deluxe, it's delightful. Thank you so much, everybody. It's the only song I'm going to do, so you can breathe a little easier now. But I would like to say that I'm really proud to be here tonight. I wouldn't have been anywhere else except here tonight for Merv, because
of a lot of reasons, really, but we've been longtime friends, and when I first started on the Bob Braun Show, I felt like kind of an alien. I was from Kentucky, which I'm very proud of. Isn't that great? Beechwood High School graduate and went to UK and all that stuff. But anyway, the reason we're all here tonight is because of a great man, great human being who has love and compassion for his fellow man. And I'm just so thrilled to be a friend of Dick Murgatroyd's. And I felt that way for a very long time. And in 1978, when I was hired on the Bob Braun Show, he always made me feel very welcome, and he was always standing over on the sidelines, and I don't know, I always felt like I had kind of a guiding light over there on the side. And when I first was hired on Bob's show, it was 1978, and my father, who was a complete stage fighter, Bob Tanner, who was a detective for the Covington Police Department for 30 years, was so thrilled when I had run into Bob at what was then the Central Trust Bank downtown in Cincinnati. And when I got home, I had run into Bob at the bank one day in April of 1978. And when I got home that day, he just freaked out. He said, "Guess who called you today?" He said, "Bob Braun." And he said, "Dick Murgatroyd." He said, "They want you to be on the show July 12th. So I was, it was okay because I'd already been on the show multiple times, and nothing ever happened. So I just kind of let it go by. But anyway, I went back on July 12th, 1978, and unfortunately, my dad had died very, very suddenly on May 3rd, 1978. So he never knew that I did that, and he would have loved that more than anything. And so I always thought of Merg and Bob both actually standing over on the sidelines when I worked with Bob Hope and Liberace and so many of the great stars that I was able to work with during the career that I had at Channel 5. And it was all due to Bob Braun, but not just Bob, because Dick Murgatroyd was the guy behind the scenes doing the important work. And I think that's the thing that we need to address right now, is that Merg is always there doing things behind the scenes, and we all love the people in front of the cameras and in front of the crowds. But Merg is always there, and he's a person on whom you can depend. And I just am very proud to know Merg, and he came to my gig last night. I worked at the St. Joseph Festival last night in Crescent Springs, and in 100-degree heat, I might add, and I loved it. But I did love it, really. It was great. And Merg was right there. And we were on TV together in a very small venue. But we both looked at each other, and it was just like we had never left the other life. And it was really great. And Merg, I love you, and I'm in your corner. I don't know dip squat about politics, but I know, well, I'm honest. And so is Merg. That's why we're all here.
Times on the show that I remember most vividly took place when a man who had written a book about theatrical makeup and television makeup and theatrical film and television makeup came on the Bob Braun Show as a guest. And it was Merg's idea to say, well, why don't we get Rob made up like an old man and let him sing a song as Don Quixote from Man of La Mancha. And darn if it didn't work. To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, the brave cannot go, to right the unrightable wrong, to love
the unreachable star.
God bless you all. I'm overwhelmed and certainly at a loss for words, which I know is unusual for me. And when I look around and see how many people and how many families, and I've always said I have been blessed with a lot of extended families in my lifetime, beginning in Columbus, Ohio. And everywhere that I have been, it seems like I attract, they feel sorry for me what they do. So I seem to be attracted to people, and I have been so blessed all these years, and to have been given the opportunity to touch so many lives, and to have so many lives touch me. I am really a better person for it, for all of the people that I have met and had the opportunity to work with. There's no way in the world that I could express my real, true feelings to all of you tonight, and how deeply I do appreciate your being here, and how much that means to me. I think I see a lot of my children back there that I raised from a long way ago. I used to kid Kenny because my responsibility was to take care of the basketball team when they weren't playing. So they lived at my house probably as much as they lived at home, but I couldn't be more proud of every one of them, what has happened to them in their lives. You know, over more than 30 years ago, I've really been active in this community. And as part of that, I've always endeavored each day to do my part to make a difference and to make the community a little bit better for those that call it home. I always believe that everything you do in little pieces. I think sometimes we reach too high in trying to accomplish too big of things too fast, and we're always disappointed. So I've always made it a point to always do little things, and 9 times out of 10, you never really know whether those little things that you did ever amounted to anything. Until later on, somewhere along the line, someone comes back and says, you remember when you did something very small, but because of that, something else happened. And I guess that is really, that's kind of how I built my life. And I am so blessed that I was able to do that. I want to say special thanks to the committee. I know Anita and Joe and all of the people that have worked so hard to put this thing together. I really, when they called me and said they were doing this, I said they were nuts, basically. And I said you could probably have it in a very small area, in somebody's backyard, and it would probably be fine. They said, no, we're going to, it's going to be a big event. I said, well, I don't know if I know that many people. But I see that thank you for at least making it look big anyway for them. But I know they worked extremely hard, and I can't say enough to Nancy and Mary Ellen and Rob, John and Miss Teddy. You know, we worked for 20 years, every day, Monday through Friday, creating entertainment for the tri-state area. Later on, several more. Not to mention the many weekends when we went out and slept on the back of hay wagon or whatever the case may be. And then when we thought we were all through, Bob came back and got on radio. We found ourselves back on the road again doing reunion shows. And that's when Amanda came on board, and we slept through those for quite a while. We had a good time. So, guys, the opportunities that I've had in my life have been unbelievable. I didn't create any of them. I was just lucky to be where I was and to have the opportunity to take advantage of those times. And you know, throughout the years, whenever darkness has touched my life, and it has touched it on numerous occasions, it has been my strong faith in God and a great network of friends who have really carried me through the troubled waters and truly give me the strength to carry on. Your presence today is certainly an inspiration to me because it symbolizes, I think, what life is all about. Life is all about friendship and love, and the sharing of that friendship and love with others throughout those years. Today, as you join me at this hour, I think we have so much to celebrate about life, but nothing more important than the recognition that at the end of the day, it's the touching of lives of others that really is what makes the difference. I grew up in Columbus, Ohio, and then later Cambridge, Ohio. In fact, I just went back for my 50th class reunion in Cambridge, and was surprised that many of us were still walking and able to take sustenance. Turned out to be pretty nice. At 75, came back out in the class of 50, I think. Unfortunately, some had passed away, but those of us who were there still were full of spunk. And I spent 30 plus years in radio and television, and through that, had a wonderful family as an educator, and also working with the fraternity advisor, created whole new families there, and then spent a number of years in the travel business, still created new families there. And then 12 years in public life, where I've set out each day to make the lives of those around me better in some simple way. I made a conscious decision that a long time ago, my father, I was a late kid, and my father and mother, I always remember wherever I went, people always told me about how wonderful my father and mother were. And, you know, when you're growing up, you don't really material things are not important. I always thought we were rich. I don't think we were, but we always thought we were. But we always had what we needed. But he always taught me that that was the most important thing in life, was to do it for others, and for making sure that you did it because you really meant to do it and not because you felt you had to do it. And I've carried that with me all my life. I have set out, I think, always to dedicate my life to improve lives for others. Some Huber Company referred to them as those in the dawn of life, our youth, those in the twilight of life, our elderly, and then those in the shadows of the life, who are the sick and the needy and the handicapped. That's always been kind of where I put my efforts. As a child of mature parents, and only having one brother who was a lot older than I was, I really didn't have a large family, and so I think as I went through life, I always seemed to get a family and become part of families, with people in the communities and people where I worked, and And so I have what I call this huge non-traditional family, which I'm very proud of, that you all are part of. I knew I'd got to see somebody who's out there, buddies out there, who I've known since they were not too very big. But I've always considered them, and especially the young people that I've had the great opportunity to know. And when I taught school and through the fraternity, of course, my very absolutely special young people were the Tomcats at St. Thomas, all my boys, and there's some of them are out there somewhere, who were extra special to me, and probably as much like sons as anybody could ever be. And I continue to be so proud of them and their families and how they've turned out. I like to think I had a very small part. I think they had a greater part in turning me out pretty good than I did in turning them out well. I don't know if any of you will ever know how deeply I appreciate the love and the support that you have always given me. And you know what? Not as non-traditional or unusual as my families have been throughout the years, I think the one thing is that together we have always shared a love and respect that cannot be broken or tarnished even in the darkest hours. That's what really makes the difference to me. Indeed, as a man who never aspired to achieve greatness or personal wealth, those of you who know me know I do not have personal wealth. I always managed to get the job that didn't pay much, but I had a heck of a good time doing it. And the state is no different, by the way. And I did learn a long time ago that in times of peril and despair that I am truly much richer than the likes of Rockefeller or Forbes or Astor. Because in the end, I believe that deep in my heart, what really matters is the people around you and the friends that you have. For me, it has never been about monetary wealth or recognition or fame. For me, the greatest wealth in life is found in the hugs that I get from people. Some I don't even know. And although I think they mistake me for Dick Brody sometimes. But I went to St. Joe's last night, Mary Ellen said, we did that old TV thing, and so many people came up, and I did not know some of them who hugged me and said, you know, with you, really, okay. And that to me is kind of what it's all about, and especially when you get a little one who comes up to you and hugs you, and then offers those three simple little words that I love you. My dear friends, you know that I love each of you in a very different and a very special way. And that I will always cherish the memories of not only this day, but the many memories that we've shared throughout the years. And I don't forget those, and that's really what we have when we're all said and done. I will tell you one thing, that this is really not the end of the road by a long shot. And I pledge to you that with your love and support that I will continue to do whatever I can to touch the lives of as many people as I possibly can, so long as the good Lord gives me the strength and the ability to do that. Some have wondered in the privacy of their hearts, and others more locally, how the current situation in Frankfurt will affect my ride. Let me be very clear. I have done nothing but get up every single day, go into work, and continue to do my best to improve the quality of life for the people of this Commonwealth and to serve this governor and this First Lady, who are very dear friends and have been so strong for me throughout this whole thing. Back to history when we were traveling, I'm not sure I forget where we went. really want to come in our way. But I don't want to take away from everybody a bit. So he is a good friend. My best buddy. I've worked a lot of long hours to restore real hope, as we all have down there, and meaningful opportunities for all of the people of Kentucky. And I assure you that none of us there will let the political ambitions of one overzealous prosecutor in search of fame dampen our enthusiasm for public service. Continue to drive to bring about the real change that we know is needed in Frankfort. And I will continue to love this Commonwealth just as much as I ever have. When I think about my future, the future of Kentucky, I'm reminded of a great statement by the man I consider a great communicator, former President Ronald Reagan. When the occasion of his being presented the Medal of Honor said, and I quote, "Some may try and tell us that this is the end of an era. But what they overlook is that in America, every day is a new beginning, and every sunset is merely the latest milestone on a voyage that never ends." Thank you, my dear friends. I love you, every one of you, so very much. May God bless us all. And thank you again for just being here tonight. It means more to me than I'll ever know. Thank you.
Church in Cincinnati called Vineyard Community Church, and on the building when you drive up to it, it says small, and I was struck by you talking about the small things. It says small things done with great love will change the world, and Murph, you have changed ours. Nancy and Mary Ann, got a couple of more things to share with you, and then I will encourage you all to hang around and greet Murphy and grab a beverage. And ladies, why don't you start and I will talk.
You're nobody till somebody loves you. You're nobody till somebody cares. You may be king, you are king, and you may possess
that, the world is still the same. You'll never change. Usually a guy dies to hear stuff like this. As sure as the stars shine above.
I think you all better help us in ways. Somebody loves you, so find yourself somebody to love. The world still the same. The world still is the same. You'll never change it. As sure as the stars shine above, nobody else, somebody loves you. So find yourself somebody. Find yourself somebody. Find yourself somebody to
He's lost some weight, really. I'm proud of him.
He's working on it.
He's losing. It's good. It's definitely good.
Mother walked up those heavenly stairs, and medals for mothers were given up there. They mentioned a million things Mom did for me, things I took for granted and never could see. would be easy for you. Lord, I hope this day is good. I'm feeling empty and misunderstood. I should be thankful, Lord, I know I should. But Lord, I hope this day is good.
Mr. Jackie Clarkson.
We were down here in Rabbit Hash, Kentucky, and the place where Dad, Alton Stephenson, and myself, John Stephenson, came and sang at many of their picnics down here. And years ago, I made a few political speeches down through here too. Dad used to come in here every week, sit here at the stove and chew his tobacco. Every once in a while he'd bring his fiddle down and play it. Chalk Stephenson. And of course this at one time was the old, called the Stevens General Store, I believe, at one time. Years gone back. And we have here today one of those gentlemen that's been around for this old territory called Earth for about 70-some years, haven't you?
77.
77 years. It's Robert Feldhaus. Robert, tell us a little bit about what you remember about the place growing up here.
Well, when I was a boy, there were a lot of horses, horse and buggy day. It would be fishing then on Saturdays, and people would come in here and buy the groceries and everything around here. Some places in right. And we go for it. But there was very few automobiles, very, very few going down. But now it's automobiles and motorcycles.
Changed a lot, hasn't it?
There's no gravel road now, it's all blacktop. There's no gravel road around here now, it's all paved blacktop.
And I guess the store originally came here in about the 1800s, didn't it?
It came here in 1831.
18 and 31.
It almost took it away, but it didn't quite take it away. I didn't see it, but my dad was over there. I almost got it, but they had it tied down.
You've seen a lot of folks come and go here, though, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. I've been here all my life. Except 4 years I was in the Marine Corps. I left here in 1948 and went back to 52. Otherwise, I've been in this area. I raised my family.
Now, fellas, they got a dog down here that became quite famous, too. Cody and Dalton. Two of my grandsons are with us today here. Travels with the Stephensons. And that dog became sort of a little bit of folklore, national news, didn't it?
Sure has.
And what's the name of that pup?
One that's the mayor down there is Junior. Randy Cochran.
Randy Cochran, that's right, who used to be in charge of photography for the Cincinnati Post and with the scripts hired. Wonderful fella, nice guy. I've known him for years. Now, how'd that come about? I guess just sort of as a thing to happen, right?
Well, it had one before this, and Ed Barnum's dog was mayor then, and then he died, so they had an election last year, and Junior was the mayor. Now.
What kind of dog is Junior?
He's a lab, black lab.
Black lab. Now, what was the name of the other dog, I wonder?
Can't tell you that. I know it, but I can't think of it.
But now, he was whose dog?
Ed Barnum.
Ed Barnum. That was the Buick dealership owner, wasn't it?
Right.
Is Ed still alive?
No.
I didn't know whether he was or not. We used to call him Easy Ed.
Yeah.
And he was a nice old boy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
And he was a good car dealer, too. He had the Buick dealership there in Florence for many years. I knew him from the Boone County Businessmen's Association.
Well, his wife was he still lives up there on the river.
Is that right? Well, fellas, any questions you'd like to ask Mr. Feldhaus at all? But a lot of young people come here and come and gone, haven't they?
Sure have.
Anything you'd like to say to the folks of Northern Kentucky?
No, not time.
Of course, they're all welcome to come down and pay you a visit, aren't they, here at Rabbit Hash Store?
They come in here from every place. California, Pennsylvania, Mississippi. You didn't see that now when I was a kid. It's just local people.
One of the few general stores left, isn't it?
That's what they say.
But nice to have a little visit here at Rabbit Hash.
My dad's ferry boat from Petersburg, Kentucky back in 1932. It's a 1931 Ford on that picture there. Ran from Lawrenceburg Ferry Road in Petersburg, Kentucky, over to Lawrenceburg, Indiana, at the end of Wallace Street, where that memorial's at now.
And who are these folks in this picture?
Well, one of them is Laura Mae Matthews with the black bag there. She's a retired school teacher, never married. My dad's in the cockpit. This is his hired hand. I don't know who that is. Before my time. This picture is 1932.
That's an old one, isn't it? Those were the days of transportation to get across the river before we had all the bridges, right?
It's a wood ferry also.
Fantastic. And that next familiar with?
This is the Allen Fleet in 1932 going by Petersburg, Kentucky.
Now she eventually burned up, didn't she?
The boiler blew up in 1947 in dock in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And that's the boat that a lot of folks rode to Coney Island on, didn't they?
And Covington Day and Ludlow Day to Coney Island was a big day.
Well, it sure is great to chat with you here, and of course your family was part of that heritage down there in Rabbit Hash, Kentucky, where the old, used to be called the Stevens General Store many years ago. Now it's called Rabbit Hash General Store, and it's on the historic registry.
Yeah, they made a movie, Rabbit Hash, the center of the universe, about Rabbit Hash. My dad was born here in 1888.
And his name was?
Charles Edward Witham. He went by Ed Witham down in Petersburg. He ran the ferry boat with the help hand, or hired hand.
Well, Emmett, it's been a pleasure chatting with you today about a little bit of Kentucky history and things that we want to remember, because the past, as Dr. Clark said, can lead us to the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John.
Oh, the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the children at play. The corn tops ripe, and the meadows are in bloom, and the birds make music all the day. Of course, that's part of my old Kentucky home song here with Mr. Feldhouse and all the old antiques here at Rabbit Hash, Kentucky. Come on up and visit us in Northern Kentucky, and come on and see a little general store here down in Rabbit Hash, Kentucky. This is John Stephenson with Travels with the Stephensons, with his grandchildren in our famous show called Music, Flyers, Butterflies, and the People Who Love Them. God bless you and have a great day.
it? Simon Kenton knows how to have a good time, and the class of 61 is the leadership of tomorrow, right? You better believe it.
All the things were gone. That's right. I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank the Lord above to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, from New York to LA. There's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and sing. And I'm proud to be an American, but at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
There's a line in the song that says, I won't forget the men who died. My father died in the Battle of the Bulge, Liège, Belgium, December 19, 1944. I wonder if there are comrades in arms that served with him in World War II. We have World War II veterans here this evening. Would you all work your way toward the front? All our World War II veterans, just come on out. Come on out, we got plenty of time. World War II veterans, come on out here. I know there are a number of you.
Give them a hand as they come up, folks, to tell them thank you, yeah. Woo! Now, thank you.
There might be others that will come in a moment. They didn't even call it a war, just a conflict, but over 50,000 men and women died in Korea. We have Korean veterans here tonight. I am myself. I didn't get working. I never was in combat, but I'm a Korean veteran. There are others here tonight, Korean veterans.
Please.
Come on up front here.
Yeah, give them a hand, folks, yeah.
Come on up front. Come on up here. Come on up here.
Thank you. Here they come. They're coming up. Woo, yeah.
I've known there were veterans from Vietnam in the audience who refused to even be recognized because of the way we treated them when they came home in the late 60s, early 70s. But ever since Desert Storm and the activities of our current military, a new wave of sentiment has swept across our country, and it thrills my soul to death to see these Vietnam veterans stand with pride and say, yes, I am a Vietnam veteran. We have any here tonight. Vietnam veterans, come on down and join these other men. Vietnam veterans, ladies and gentlemen. I want to share something with you, especially with this large group of veterans we have here tonight. I cannot begin to tell you how many men have come up to me, men and women, after our show and said, Jackie, that's the first time in 27 years, 50 years, anybody has publicly recognized my service. Do we have veterans now of our more current times from Mogadishu or Somalia?
Can we get the parents up for the ones that are in the war right now?
Our current veterans that are in the reserves or...
You're in the war right now. Mothers, daughters,
Ladies and gentlemen, do you love this people like they serve? Sing with us now, will you?
And I'm proud to be an American, for at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died and gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless the
Shake hands with a veteran, ladies and gentlemen, and tell them we appreciate their service. Our son Mark, our daughter Rebecca, our daughter Susanna, would you, Tim and Arnett, would you come up on the stage real quick with us here? Tim and Arnett, please just come on up here real quick. These are our guest artists this evening, and we're the Robinson family. God bless you. Have a safe trip home. Thank you for being here for our grand opening. We are open for business. We recommend reservations beginning next Saturday night.
And the greatest of these gifts is love. God is love, and love comes in many forms. The laugh of a child is love. Family is love. Flowers are love. An April shower is love. A hot summer day and a cup of iced tea is love. Butterflies are love. Music is the song of love. History is the story of love. The greatest history is His story, the story of Jesus Christ, and the truth that He died so that all can live and have everlasting life with God in heaven. When you hear a kitten purr, or when you pick a flower, or hear a bird sing, or skip a rock across a pond, watch a sunrise or a rainbow after a storm, or sing a song, or have a remembrance of history. Remember, in all, God is in all these things, because God is love and God loves you.
My soul in sad exile was out on life's sea, so burdened with sin and distress, till I heard a sweet voice saying, "Make me your choice," and I entered the haven of rest. I've anchored my soul in the haven of rest. I'll sail the wild sea The tempest may sweep o'er the wild stormy deep. In Jesus I'm safe evermore. Oh, come to the Savior, He patiently waits to save by His power divine. Come anchor your soul in the haven of rest and say, my beloved is mine. I've anchored my soul in the haven of rest. I'll sail the wild seas no more. The tempest may sweep o'er the wild stormy deep. In Jesus I'm safe evermore. In Jesus I'm safe evermore.
This is my country, land of my birth. This is my country, grandest on earth. I pledge thee my allegiance, America, for this is my country, to have and do. This is my country, land of my birth, This is my country, grandest on earth, oh, I pledge thee my allegiance, America the whole. This is my country, to have and to hold, have and hold, have and hold. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking down the highway, I saw a bud in the skyway, and I saw that rolling valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. Oh, this is my country, land of my birth. This is my country, grandest on earth, oh, I pledge pledging my allegiance, America, America the bold. This is my country, to have this land is good and this is my country, the land I love.
Died, see, about 1910, and they got to coming back there then, and then it just kind of in the really reunion. They always come back wherever they were at, you know, and met there and had dinner, you know, for Sunday. And I remember enjoying it as a kid, you know, going there. And then of course since we married, no, let's see.
No, we've just been there about twice since we've been married.
Yeah, we got to moving around, but we wasn't married. And see, we didn't marry until after the World War II.
Okay.
But really, I guess about 3 years it didn't meet. And then we had an aunt in Pennsylvania. And so when she's coming in, of course my dad was still living, and he might have been at Mount Zion with us. So, well, was Mom still living then? Then we met at home. It was about 27 or 28, met at our house. So some of them said, well, I said, hate farm did not meet. So then we started to meet, and then we met several years at Butler Park.
Okay.
At Carrollton. Then we went over Clifty Falls one year.
Oh, really?
And then we went to Big Bone.
Hugh.
Well, your mother, Garnet.
Mom was the oldest, wasn't she?
Garnet. And then
Garnet.
Born in 1910. Hugh, my brother, born in 1914. And Wilbur, born in 1915. Ruth, born in 1919. Bill, born in 1921. I, born in 1926.
Okay, and Mom married Alton Stephenson. Hugh married Betty
Harlow
from Bowling Green, wasn't she?
Well, Glasgow.
Glasgow, yeah. Okay.
Metcalfe County.
And Uncle Wilbur married Pauline
Rhodes from Gallatin County.
And Uncle Billy married Erminy
Watts from Mercer County,
Harrisburg. And you married Frederica
Farrell from the big city of Mount Zion.
From Mount Zion.
Gate County.
And let's see, who have I missed? Aunt Ruth married Gerald Eckler.
Right.
And where was he from?
Dry Ridge.
From Dry Ridge. And that covers all of them. And there was like a little grocery store down there or something like that.
Right.
And a depot or something, a small depot there.
And they picked up the mail and dropped the mail off there, see, at Zion Station.
And then the church up on top of the hill, which is known as Pleasant View, I think. That's where Grandpa Stephenson, that's where Dad's mom and Dad are buried. James Stephenson up there. And at Pleasant View. And that's where Dad's great-grandfather, I don't think it was his grandfather, but I think it was his great-grandfather, although it might have been his grandfather. There was a Zadok Stephenson there. Zadok Taylor Stephenson, I think it was, that was like the deacon of the church there, and helped to build the church, along with a fellow by the name of Leary, Joe Leary. Dale Zimmerman,
What key are we in now? Pocket keys? Is that where it is?
Capital G.
right here from Fort Mitchell, Kentucky. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And we're now sitting here live and filming Plain Folks and Common Sense with Harold Zimmerman, Gerald Stephenson, Barbara Stephenson, Brandner, Jimmy Brown, the barber from Latonia Lakes, and yours truly, John Stephenson, with my cousin Brian Dallas listening on the phone from Lake Tahoe, Nevada. And, playing a song in memory of Alton Stephenson, our great fiddle-playing father. You like that, Brian? That's Harold Zimmerman. He's 82 years old. Yeah. We played at one of the senior citizen homes today, and so we come back out the house here and had pizza, and we were sitting around jamming a little bit here. And Harold's 82. He won the Old Time Fiddlers Award in the state of Kentucky. And so I called Mayor Ruth in Las Vegas and let her listen a little bit, and I told you, and I said, give me that phone, I'm gonna call Brian. Filming this as we've got my sister Mary Ruth Robinson Stephenson on the phone from Las Vegas, Nevada. Bringing it live from Plain Folks and Common Sense here on 213 Beechwood Road, Fort Mitchell, Kentucky. Sitting by the old stone fireplace built by the GEIMAN brothers here at the GEIMAN Stephenson household. My brother-in-law, Jay Brander, is just now leaving. See you later, Jay. We love you. Beautiful.
You play sitting down?
No, I'm gonna play.
Okay.
Well, we ain't got a little money, maybe we're ragged and funny, but we'll travel along, singing a song side by side. Well, we don't know what's coming tomorrow, maybe trouble and sorrow, but we'll travel the road, sharing love side by side. travel along, singing a song side by side, where we don't know what's on tomorrow. Maybe trouble and sorrow, but travel the road, sharing a love side by side. Hey, through all kinds of weather, what if the skies should fall? Just as long as we're together, it doesn't matter as long as they all and party. We'll be singing, starting just to travel along, singing a song side by side. Oh yes, side by side. Oh yes, side by side.
Right? This week we got 3 impersonators and a musician. So far we got a full.
I'm going to say this early. This on the...
I said, I know what you said. I said, yes. I said, well, I'm walking. Yes, indeed, I'm talking about you and me. I'm hoping that you come back to me. Oh, yes, yes. Well, I'm lonesome as I can be. I'm waiting for your company, and I'm hoping that you come back to me. Oh, yes. What you gonna do when the well runs dry? You're gonna run away and hide. I just want you right by my side. You pretty baby, I even die. But I'm walking. Yes, indeed, I'm talking about you and me, and I'm hoping that you come back to me. Oh, I'm walking, yes indeed, and I'm talking about you and me, and I'm hoping that you come back to me. Oh, yes. Well, I'm lonesome as I can be, and I'm waiting for your company, and I'm hoping that you come back to me. Oh, yeah. What you gonna do when the well runs dry? You're gonna run away and hide. I just want you right by my side. With you, pretty baby, I'd even die. When I'm walking, yes indeed, I'm talking about you and me, and I'm hoping that you come back to me. I'm hoping that you come back to me. Oh yes, I'm hoping that you come back to me. Kenny's call-out song.
My soul in sad exile was out on life's sea, so burdened with sin and distress. Then I heard a sweet voice saying, make me your choice. And I entered the haven of rest. Sing along. I've anchored my soul in the haven of rest. I'll sail the wide seas no more. The tempest may sweep o'er the wild stormy deep. In Jesus I'm safe evermore. Oh, come to the Savior, He patiently waits to save by His power divine. Come anchor your soul in the haven of rest and say, my beloved is mine. I've anchored my soul in the haven of rest. I'll sail the wild seas no more. Tempest may sweep o'er the wild stormy deep. In Jesus I'm safe evermore. In Jesus I'm safe evermore.
How about it tonight for Miss Jeannie Flanagan? Have you enjoyed it tonight? tulip, a big yellow tulip, and I wore a big red rose. It was then heaven blessed me, 'cause when you caressed me, what a blessing no one knows. Well, you made life cheery when you called me dearie. It was down where the bluegrass flowed. You were sweeter than Judah when you wore a tulip, and I wore a big red rose. Oh yeah, and I wore a big red rose. If you ever plan to go west, travel highway, take the highway down to the west. Get your kicks on Route 66. It winds from Chicago to LA, more than 2,000 miles along the way. Get your kicks on Route 66. Go to St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, Oklahoma City, oops, my pretty. Galvin, Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona, Kingman, Costco, San Bernardino. Yeah, it's time we tip. Make that California trip. Get your kicks on Route 66. Sunday, don't be late. I wanna be there when the dance starts playing. Remember when we get there, honey. 2 steps, we're gonna have a ball. Gonna dance off of my shoes. We're gonna play that general blues. Tomorrow night at the dark dance flutter. Okay, alright. She's got 5'2", eyes of blue. Oh, what will I need to do? Has anybody seen my gal? Hey, turn up hose, turn down hose, fly turn, yes sir, 2 of those. Has anybody seen my gal? Where did you run into? 5'2", with pearls, diamond rings, and all those things to make you like that isn't her. Well, could she love? Could she do? Could she? Has anybody seen my gal? Here I go, singing low, bye, bye, blackbird. Oh yeah, where somebody waits for me, sure is sweet, that's twice, I see, bye, bye, blackbird. Ain't no one here can love and understand me. Oh, what hard luck stories they all hand me. So make my bed and light the light, I'll be home late tonight, blackbird, bye-bye. Hey, won't you come home to Betty, won't you come on home? She moaned at home, moaned at home alone. I'll do the cooking, honey, I'll pay the rent. I know I've done you wrong, I've done you wrong, baby, now remember that late evening I told you out with nothing but a fine to go. Your side, I can play. It's low down, dirty, right, Shakespeare, Betty, won't you please come home, come on home. Little Betty, won't you please come home. Stupid-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, yeah. Oh, we had at least half the time. At least.
Children go where send thee. How will I send thee? I'm gonna send thee one by one, 'cause one was a little bitty baby, born in Bethlehem. Children go where send thee. How will I send thee? I'm gonna send you two by two, 'cause the two was upon that Silas, one was a little bitty baby, born in Bethlehem. Children go where send thee. How will I send thee? I'm gonna send you three by three, 'cause three was a Hebrew children, two was a Paul and Silas, one was a little bitty baby, born in Bethlehem. Children go where send thee. How will I send thee? I'm gonna send you four by four, 'cause the four was a four that stood at the door. Three was the Hebrew children, two was a Paul and Silas, one was a little bitty baby, born.
Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, men have named you. You're so like the lady with the mystic smile. Is it only 'cause you're lonely they have blamed you for that Mona Lisa? Strangeness in your smile. Do you smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa? Or is this your way to hide a broken heart? Many dreams have been brought to your doorstep. They just lie there and they die there. Are you warm? Are you real, Mona Lisa? Or just a cold and lonely, lovely work of art? Mona Lisa.